Hey guys, we're back here with the Civic Si. Today I gotta basically extend his O2 sensor, his stock O2 sensor. For some reason, I said in an earlier video, it doesn't reach the plug for some reason. No idea why. I'm not sure if it's because of his header, the kind of header he has. Maybe the O2 sensor port, like the O2 bung, is further back than it should be. But yeah, I'm gonna jack up the car, just take the sensor off the header. I'm gonna extend those wires and put it back and see if we get an AFR reading, and hopefully the check engine light turns off after that. Alright guys, so I'm gonna be right back, jack up the car and get that sensor out. The O2 sensor out. You can see how rich this thing was running without this thing plugged in. The injectors on this car aren't scaled yet. The only reason we even turned on the car, I mean, look how, you can see how rich that's running. Holy shit. The only reason we turned the car on is because we wanted to make sure everything was running smooth, like the motor wise and all that. You know, there's big cams in there. We wanted to make sure the car didn't, you know, turn over smoothly, didn't, you know, jump timing or anything like that. The last thing I want to do is turn the car on for the customer when he gets here to pick it up, and then the car just jumps timing or something like that, because it can happen, you know, especially with these big cams. Alright, so I'm going to take the sensor, I'm going to extend these wires, and I'll be right back and put it back on the car. Guys, so sorry, so I got the O2 sensor extended it quite a bit just in case. I'm gonna wrap all this up, make it look all pretty. So I'm gonna be right back so I'll show you guys the finished product. Alright, so be right back. So I'm gonna wrap it up and show you guys how it looks. Alright guys, so everything's all wrapped up nice. I put a reflective tape over it, so everything's, you know, could get blocked by the heat. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna get that onto the SI right now and lower the car and then start it up, and hopefully that check engine light is gone. Right now I'm just letting the computer reset real quick. Give it like a minute or two. Once the computer resets, I'll put it back in and see if there's still a check engine light. Hopefully there's not. If there is still a check engine light, then it could be a bad sensor, because the motor itself is running very, very smooth. I mean, for it being a high compression block and I think stage 3 cams, I mean, this thing is running smooth. So I'm not really sure what the check engine is. I mean, I'm assuming it's the primary O2 sensor, because there wasn't one in there, so we just put one in. So hopefully, you know, once we start the car after we clear the code, we'll not have a check engine light. And if there is, then it's probably a bad sensor somewhere. But it's probably nothing serious though, because the car is running nice and smooth, and you know, it does rev up. You know, there's no weird smoke coming. The car's running rich as fuck. It's on a stock map. It has 1000cc injectors. We got to get the injectors scaled. I think the tuner might do it soon. I'm not sure. I mean, it depends when the client's available to do all that. So yeah, I mean, he needs to get the injector scaled and slightly, like a slight road tune, so he could break in the motor at least 500 miles before it hits the dyno. But yeah, it's almost ready for him. Alright guys, no check engine light, everything's looking good. And oh shit, I think it's running out of gas. Let me turn it off before the fuel pump goes bad. No, it's not. This is running rich as fuck. The car does need a tune, like I was saying earlier. Alright, awesome. It's revving up good. Like I said, this car is not mapped. I'm gonna turn off the car. He has no gas in there, but no check engine light, so that's good. Everything's ready to go. I'm gonna let the client know that the car is ready. He wants to put a wideband in and an oil pressure gauge in, but and a fuel pump also, but I'm gonna do all that before the dyno for free, no charge. I'm not gonna charge him to do any of that. You know, I've known him for a long time, so I'm gonna hook him up, and I'm supposed to be doing the gauges and everything now, but I really want him to start breaking in the motor. I want to get this car to him. You know, I got a lot of things to do with this RSX, and I got to get to a couple other customer cars. So I'm gonna be done with this car for now until the motor is broken in and I have a little bit more free time in my hand, so I can wire up his like I said, his AEM gauge, the O2 sensor gauge, AEM oil pressure, and for him to do a fuel pump. I mean, the car as it stands right now, as long as he gets the car base mapped and slightly road tuned, he should be fine to break in the motor. And then once he's ready for the dyno, I'll put all the sensors in, all the gauges, not sensors, the gauges, and the fuel pump, and he'll be ready to make some power. So, alright guys, so this is it. This is the last video for the SI series till his dyno day video. Alright guys, peace.